All right, welcome everyone, Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Ascendance of a Bookworm, Season 2, Episode 1. We're in the second season! We're in the second season!
Mine is going to live.
Mm-hmm.
She's got to deal with the church.
Yep.
She's met the head priest. We finally come all the way back to the beginning.
And he's got her back.
That's where I am. That's where I'll stay. I'll never move.
I am waiting for the head priest.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. So now that mine has displayed the crushing, she got everything that she wanted here.
Yep.
Out of a little bit of fear and also a little bit of like, oh, right, we need to take this a little bit more seriously.
When Benno sent her off to the negotiations, he's like, crush it.
Yeah, you should just go.
Just crush it.
Did you crush it? Well,
oh.
Or he's thinking like, how much money do we owe? And she comes like, nothing. He's like, what the hell? Wow, you crushed it, mine. Yeah, well,
I really did.
I really did. Yeah.
I'm not sure whether I should congratulate you or entirely separate myself from knowing you.
Right,
you know?
or like, you clearly got a bad deal somewhere in here. What are you not telling me? You know, like flicks
yeah,
like,
exactly.
You're lying to me.
Turns out when you threaten the big dude's life, you know, all kinds of opportunities open up.
Yeah. Amazing. All the references. Yep. But yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Oh, that's what they choose for the friend. Yeah.
All right, new OP.
New OP. That was interesting. The way it looked before she coalesced into it looked like a dragon's head.
Oh.
And then it became her, and I was like, wait a minute. Is that a trick of the eye, or am I just...
Yeah. Are they seeding some shit?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice. Books!
Oh, the books!
Oh, nobles. Yeah.
That bitch.
Ah,
right,
all the other gray priests, yeah.
Yeah, that are gonna be like, oh, you.
Who are they?
Yeah.
Nice. Hey,
yeah, with everybody with you, because you're gonna bring books to everyone.
Oh,
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, a few of those had pretty stern faces on them, so we will have some kind of minor antagonists here. Yahoo! Who are you talking to?
Okay.
話し合いのことを報告しに
様は笑顔で迎えてください。
今日はどのようなものをお探しですか？
こちらに髪飾りがある。
I heard. Yes.
ルッツの接客の練習台になってくれてありがとうございました。
Wonderful.
ルッツ頑張ってますね。私と違ってもう見習い仕事が始め。
Yeah, this is the apprenticeship season.
多くて大変だと嬉しそうに言っていた。
それで話。
Yep. All right. How'd it go?
体が弱いので朝仕事に行ける体調か判断するためにも。
問題ない。
Good.
ので家から通えばいい。体調が悪い時も無理をする必要はない。
Wow. And?
体調が良くてもルッツがいないと無理です。
ルッツ
I have a rule. Yeah.
いきなり倒れたりするので体調を管理してもらっていて。
ああ、そば使い。
retainer. Yes.
青色巫女には数人つくことになった。
Wow.
Jeez.
そば使い
Other gray robes, basically.
Right.
私、商業ギルドに登録しているんですけど、工房を続けてもいいですか？
Wait, seriously?
そんなものは神に使えるのに必要ない。と、神殿長なら。
That's what he would
However,
say.
I am not the high priest.
の大事な収入源ですし、孤児の子供たちにお給料を払って雇うとか、利益の一部を神殿に納め
Right, some bullcrap, you know.
を探せませんか？
Yep.
どこまで知っているのだ。
What?
いや、
Wait,
こちら。
he was touching his ear.
今日は全く情報がないので、後日話し合おう。他には
That was some magical walkie-talkie shit right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
早速本に釣られたってわけか。
でも条件は全部飲んでもらいました。
ああ、それに関しては上出来だ。そいつは話がわかる。何かあったらその新艦長を頼れ。
Yes, yes. We skipped over the crushing part. We don't need to scare Benno, you know.
Right. Yeah, I was kind of expecting more of a surprise of like, wait, really? Oh, shit.
This guy's watching. Okay.
そういえばマインは結局何をすることになったんだい？証人見習いはやめたんだろ？
Yeah.
外で働くのは無理そうだから今まで通りモンデの仕事を手伝ったり家でできる仕事をすることになったよ。
And then...
まずは丈夫になることだね。じゃあ
私の神
Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
殿に対して良くない印象を持つ人が多いからだ。
Which practices? Which practices specifically?
のことを聞き回ってる男がいたよ。
Uh-oh.
私のことを
Yeah, purple robe.
工房のことはベンノさんとギルド長しか知らないはずなのに。
And the priest, you just told him about it.
Right.
Like, I don't know why she's completely forgetting that.
Yeah.
そうか。
Oh! Yeah!
それで子供が生まれるのになんでお前が兵士を辞めるんだ？
原因はマインちゃんですよ。マ
Okay.
インちゃんが持ち込んだ商品
Okay.
がすごい
We're making tons of money.
Wait, did the conception happen after mine gave your wife? that-
yeah. It definitely did. What are you talking about?
エンノの水の女神ですからね。
水の
Oh. Cool.
納得できると思うか。貴族と同等の扱いをするなんて言ってるが、あいつらのことだ。するわ。
Right. I don't trust them.
死ぬよりはマシだ。
班長が兵士というのは神の采配かもしれま
You have the constitution for it.
せん。稼ぐ力もある。でもだからこそよその貴族にかっさらわれる危険がある。
かっさらわれるだと？
だから班長がそれを食い止めるんです。
Yeah.
Okay.
から来る貴族を調べる門番はマインちゃんを守る。
Ooh.
Fun
Nice.
detail there, yeah.
そうだな。
俺も協力しますよ、班長。
俺の家族はこの町ごと俺が守る。
Yeah. Alright.
Cool.
Oh, there's the guy again.
マインのことを嗅ぎ回ってる男か。そいつ
Fun.
は商業ギルドに侵入。
Broke in.
Oh, shit.
商業ギルドに侵入者？
ああ、そこで工房のことが漏れたと見て間違いない。大方、神殿の人間がお前の情報を集めているんだろ
Yeah, they want to know who they're dealing with, basically.
う。やりそうなことだ。
神殿に入るってこういうこと？
No, this is what messing with the nobility involves, honestly.
Right.
Because you could have joined the church and it would have all been quiet, but you have the devouring, you fought back against the
Yep.
noble. They're inquiring. And I like that they're being kind of brazenly subtle about it. You know, the actual who is very, like, they have no idea who, but it's...
But they're at least keeping up
obvious.
pretenses. They're not like sending official church people to just.
Right,
you know.
right.
カタルカールの試食会にようこ
お前はここで何？
そ。お手伝いです。いただだだ。
God, I love Benno so much.
Yeah.
改心がないにも程がある。すぐに着替えてこい。
はい。
Nah, just give me the plane. I don't need the stuff, and I'll be happy. It's... You sold this off?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Double down! Get his ass! He's like, that's all I need? I will go get one right now. Yesterday. He's like, I need to go into this venture. Yep.
Yeah. Damn. Toodles.
Toodles! Oh.
れた
All right.
Oh, I got him motivated now.
お料理が食べられるってことはピザでしょ
Uh-huh.
グラタン
Oh, lasagna they'll lose their minds over
Oh my
lasagna.
god.
わけのわからないこと言ってるの
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, me too.
使えるものが工房長だと？
はい。ですが、神殿が定期的に利益を得るためにも、工房を続けさせるのが得策ではないかと思います。それと、前につけるそば使い、
Yes, let's discuss this.
私のそば使いを一人つけて、細かく報告させ
It could be like a spy, basically, yeah.
おお、ならばこちらからも一人つけるとするか。さらにもう一人は工事の中でも面倒なも
Wow, I like it.
力と寄付金は上限ギリギリまで絞り取れ。どうせそれくらいしかあれには価値はないのだからな。
かしこまりました。
Gotcha. So that's their relationship in this whole
Right.
setup here.
He can protect her in the direct sense, but not in the indirect.
Yeah, what are you doing?
厄介なことになったな。
Wait, you!
Is he like committing things to memory, or is he communicating with someone?
I don't know, but it's so cool to see
Yeah, it's a fun little
subtle
gimmick.
magic being used potentially.
Right.
Where it's like, I don't know what he's casting or what he's doing, but
Or maybe he's just a lung, you know? But
yeah.
But we don't know.
ほらもうすぐ着くぞ
Ah, retainer number 1. Which one is this? Probably not the problem child.
ようございます、マイン様。
Yeah, definitely not the problem one.
マイン様だって
悪いすぎだってば
悪い悪い
This one seems like it's with our head priest, you know.
Yeah.
Seems very calm.
不快な思いをさせてしまってごめんなさい
あなたが私に謝る必要などありません。
Oh.
新館長
Oh, hierarchy.
Okay.
Oh, she lowered herself by like being
Right.
conscientious towards him, and he's like, "You don't need to do that."
Right. That's not how
Dang.
this works.
Yeah.
平民ごときが目障りだ。
Whoa.
Yeah. The nobility hate you, and it's easy to turn the orphans against you because.
Fun.
愛の儀式を行う。春の気色は緑。
Oh.
厳しき冬を越え、燃えいずる若い命の色。夏の気色は青。
Yeah, we're invoking the gods through the seasons.
秋の気色は黄色。豊かな実りに色づき、神戸を垂れる麦の色。冬の気色は赤。冷たさを和らげ、
Nice.
誓いの言葉を。
These are all the ways in which humans relate to the seasons, not the actual
Yeah.
seasons themselves, you know? That's really
I like it.
interesting.
高く低々たる大空を司る。
Whoa, music change.
大空を司る
最高神は闇と光の夫婦神。
Oh, I'm getting some near vibes right now with the music.
Yeah.
広く高校たる大地を司る。五柱の大神は水の女
水の女神ブリュートレーネ
Right.
火の神ライデンシャフト
Leidenschaft.
水柱の大神のお力を持って
大地にある万物を成したもの。
その尊い神力の恩恵に報い立てまつらんことを
心を正し、整え、決し、幾夜も限り
Whoa, that's a pretty vague terminology there to.
神もろともにただひたすら祈り感謝し奉納することを請願いたします
Multi-classed into cleric.
Cleric of commerce.
Cleric of commerce. Cleric of coin, yeah.
Right.
我らは君を歓迎する。
歓迎していただけたこと心から嬉しく存じます
Cool.
では、
I like that she has responses and stuff to say. She's not just repeating what he says. Oh, here we go.
神に祈りを
もうよい。記念式までにはできるようになりなさい。君のそば使いを紹介しよう。
All right.
Oh, I already
Well.
know who's who.
I know who's who, yeah.
プランです。よろしくお願いします。
こちらこそ ろしくお願いします。
マイン、君は青の
Whoa, yeah.
色神官にへりくだって接するものではない。
すみません、気をつけます。
Yeah, screw that rule.
私はデリア、8歳。女同士、仲良くしましょうね。すっごい美人。
お前が俺の
いや
最悪。すっげえチビじゃん。
イルは君のそば使いだ。良くない態度を取った時は君が諌めなければならない。
私が
Huh?
もう少し言葉遣いを。
バカじゃねえの。
新館長。私、今までそば使いはいなかったので、必要ないんです。
ダメだ。
Oh.
青の衣をまとう者がそば使いを持つのは義務だ。
そうなんですか。
Yeah. You must show them the way.
ふさわしい言
Yeah, yeah, I need that help.
どうしたあるの。しばらくここで待っていなさい。
Can't talk about it in present company.
Also, in what ways do I discipline them?
Yeah.
せっかく神殿長好きになれたのに、相手が女じゃ私の魅力が通じないじゃない。
ほんとバカ。
Oh, fun. Fun.
ふさわしい言動だね。二人とも嫌なら
That's not a.
交代なんてできるわけないでしょ。私、神殿長からあんたを困らせるように頼ま
Oh,
れてる。
good.
神殿長に？そうよ。
That's good
神殿
though.
長に認めてもらって愛人になるんだ。
Oh my god, I had a feeling that the 8-year-old girl was gonna be the high priest's one that. But, ugh.
女が一番望む地位よ。
こんなの常識だろ。なん
That's messed up.
だなお前。
Yeah.
神殿の長
Yeah.
時代とも下町とも違いすぎるんだよ。
神官長ならばもっと上手に諌めて。
新館長に
yes.
口を開けば悪口しか出てこないギル。愛人志望でスパイ宣言のデリ。
Openly declared that she's a spy. Yeah.
Right.
とんでもない世界に足を踏み入れ
Nah, you've got this. You've got this.
Hey, a spy that tells you they're a spy, that's very helpful.
That's very helpful.
Like,
All right, okay. We are in the church, and the church is definitely a very, very sussy, not friendly
Oh, yeah.
place. I love that the primary antagonist kind of thing of the high priest is not actually really the one that we'll be dealing with here.
Right.
Because the head priest is going to be the one, she's directly reporting to.
right, managing operations, basically.
But they put 3 retainers around her, which is a fun way to introduce new characters really quickly, but also to understand how the gray-robed priest or
Yes.
assistant priest basically works. And we have 3 very different personalities to
Oh, yeah.
display that.
Yep.
Fran, who very much seems to be the dutiful, I'm an adult here, I'm just doing my job, I'm with the head priest, and thus I also reflect a little bit of the head priest's personality
Right.
by the way that I act and such.
Yes, exactly. And also how invested he is in making sure that you succeed because he probably put one of his better retainers on the job.
Right. And that's why he's probably not too worried about the high priest kind of meddling a little bit more here because he's like, that's fine. If you have a spy, that's not that big of a deal. Like, the most you're going to get is information I'm already getting from my investigations that I might not choose to share
Exactly.
with you.
And oh, hey, she just mentioned that she was a spy right out the gate.
Because she's 8 years old.
Right. That's.
I love it. I love it because she thinks also like, oh, I'm just with some other dumb girl. It's the kind of the
Exactly.
equivalent of an antagonistic Frida who's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not as smart as Frida, but I'm like,
I'm as self-important as Frida.
exactly.
Yeah.
And while she might be able to gain a lot more than we could see on the surface here, the fact that she also openly declared her desires means that she's also not necessarily good as Frida with regards to the negotiating and kind of working out deals side of
Right.
things.
With Frida, you had to be careful about the fact that you made the pound cake in front of her.
Right.
Right. You don't need to worry about that with this girl.
No.
Like, no. That's you'll be just fine.
Right. Delia, if anything, is going to just have probably the ear of the high priest, which means that she has more influence than a typical gray priest retainer probably
Exactly.
has. So that's a potentially scary thing.
But
then Gil is just, I love him. He's shitty Lutz. He's just, what if Lutz was just awful? You know,
exactly.
I love it.
And I'm waiting for the time when mine
She's gonna win
basically
him over
realizes
so fast.
I'm duty bound to have retainers. But retainers don't need to be with me at all times. In
do
fact,
not.
I've been around the head priest, and he often didn't have, the retainers necessarily right there.
Well, the retainers could even leave the church.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, one of them came to greet her at the front, which means...
But that means you could just Cinderella them and get, give them enough busy work that it's like, all right, cool. Oh, you're here again? Go catch a chicken, right?
Or just start motivating them with a carrot and be like, hey, I need you to go do this work for me.
Yeah.
If you do it quickly, I'll give you this.
And if you don't, then
right,
you sleep in the stables. I don't know, right? Something.
Well, no, I don't even do that. Just be like, oh, do you see what Fran's getting? The most powerful experiments they do with animals and stuff is you give unfair treatment in a positive way to another. It totally freaks out the other ones because they're like, I'm doing it, and it's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. So then they mimic to get exactly the same thing.
And the real strat here is to get Gil motivated, because then you're at least not outnumbered by him and Delia.
Exactly.
Right? And then you can deal with Delia, right? You'll get creative, right? You'll figure it out, Yeah. But okay, I like that they also made it clear that it's not just the other blue robes at the church that hate her. It's also the other gray robes, because they've probably, let it be fully circulated that, a commoner is going to be wearing a set of blue robes,
Well, I think the blue robes definitely know that.
Sure.
But either way, even if you're a noble walking around, they don't fucking like you.
That's true.
Why would they care about the class side of things?
Well,
there,
more
other than maybe just some jealousy.
No. Yeah, I think the reason for it is, letting them know that she's not a noble allows them to be more confident in the way that they treat her necessarily, because she won't be as used to bossing people around, So they'll be able to see that weakness and be like, we can get away with shit. And then 2, it's the, crabs in a bucket, right? Yes, they'd be mad at nobles in general, but there's nothing you can do about that. Oh, but look at this. This one gets to be treated like nobility and not the rest of you,
Sure, I could see that too. But she's at the very least rich too. So I mean, there's all kinds of things that can be reasons to be jealous and or antagonistic towards there. But we went through a whole procession. We went through a whole little ritual. Just with the head priest, which I thought was actually rather interesting. It's probably just for simplicity's sake of just moving it along here, so we don't have a whole bunch of other characters to comment or say things.
Right.
But, we invoked the gods, invoked the seasons, and then all that's connected there. But we even had the goddess of water mentioned by Otto at the tavern.
Yeah.
I really think that when you have these kinds of shows, whatever is done in the first episode of a season kind of sets the tone for what's coming later.
Sure.
And so obviously this is an adaptation, so you can't take that too heavily.
Sure.
But I think that means that we're going to get a lot more God stuff this season.
Right. Well, because even if you take it outside of the season structure, if you just look at it from the structure of this is the first bit within the new arc that is mine at the church, it still holds, right?
Yeah, it still holds, but I think there's going to be more to it than just the church's standpoint. It's going to be something about the world.
Yeah, a more literal sense rather than just, of course, the church gives reverence to the gods. But
of course, they have subservience and service and worship and all that, but I think this is more of a larger world thing because gods are obviously way bigger than any friggin' religious structure, what have you, if they're real. And I think they're real the more and more that they get into this here.
Right.
It's probably just it's not so cut and dry as to...
Yeah, their understanding might be not quite right.
Or their understanding might be very simple. Yeah, it's like, oh, you get the surface stuff and you have these names because, someone got them from somewhere.
Right.
So...
yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. And they've also been consistent with showing the artistic expression of them through some of the story that we got in season 1 regarding their relationships with each other, which I'm very excited about that specifically.
Yeah, that'll be very fun.
Yeah. And then the fact that the head priest had someone investigate mine, it's like, okay, cool. It's him.
Yep.
That's fun.
And
now it's very then straightforward why he's doing that. He's doing it on behalf of the high priest, basically. But the way in which he's got his little like magic walkie-talkie thing going here,
maybe that's cool.
Maybe that's a magic item. Maybe that's a spell. Who's to say? But
either way, I love it.
Either way, I love it, and I also just love that it's this guy's in this first season we saw him in the very beginning. He seems very like helpful towards mine. But there's going to be secrets with him. There's going to be fun little bits of intrigue with him, and I'm here for that. I want him to be a very big character in the same way that Benno is. I want him to be religious Benno, but like even more important, I would say, than Benno.
There was a line from the 6th Harry Potter book that this is making me think of where Harry and Dumbledore are going to the cave, right?
Yeah.
And Dumbledore's doing all his like investigative stuff, and Harry's kind of surprised that like, oh, this is a lot subtler and not as flashy as I would expect for Dumbledore,
Right.
And it's like, oh, maybe all those flashes and bangs and stuff are more a sign of ineptitude than anything,
Right.
And it's like, I feel like that's kind of the deal here, right?
Sure.
This head priest guy, he just does this.
Yeah. I'm just talking to myself.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I love it. It's something where it stokes the imagination because, one, I don't know what I'm seeing.
Right.
But because I'm seeing something that is clearly intentionally being concealed or obfuscated, then I need to imagine what's out there.
Right.
As opposed to if I see something that's flashy, then it's I know exactly what I'm seeing, and that's all there is, right? What's right there,
Right.
And so then I don't need to imagine. But with it like this, I'm like, oh, but what other stuff? What other stuff is there that he can do?
It could literally just be a magic little earring thing that communicates with people as long as he's touching it.
Right. Sometimes cantrips are cooler than the high level spells.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
yeah.
And yes, we still don't know the actual situation with regards to how magic is used in an instant fashion in the church. The only instance of magic that we've actually seen is the barrier. And the barrier is very much not an instant kind of thing. It's just there. Someone made that a while ago.
Yeah.
It's just there doing its thing.
Although, I will say, given that, head priest. Okay, that's interesting because, head priest overseeing, this location probably, then, all right.
High priest, for just the larger
religious
organization.
As a whole, right, then possibly Mr. Head Priest had maybe a hand in that particular, or at least delegating how the security measures for this.
Well, of course, I'm sure
church would be.
That's just basic. Everybody needs security.
Yeah,
and stuff,
yeah.
But
right.
what does that have to do with anything?
Oh no, I was just thinking that's cool because that's another element of magic and stuff, and that it might be theoretically connected to the head priest.
Well, he's way younger than the church, Jacob.
Oh no!
Why would he be, a 20-something involved in this church building that's been here for probably hundreds of years?
No, that's a great
this is
point.
a big stone building. Okay,
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, another thing that was brought up that I thought was kind of interesting, in that it wasn't directly touched on by any of the other stuff in the episode, but Otto talking to Dad about to Gunther about the idea of, hey, we need to make sure that she doesn't get kidnapped by some pissed off noble.
Yeah, or abducted. Or
right, exactly. And so we can keep watch at the gate. Cool, I love that. That's a very fun little way that the family can still be plot relevant and helping and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but also just an additional threat that she needs to look out for, because the whole situation that we had at the end of season 1 with, hey, you're on the church's turf, they could just decide,
grab you.
We're going to grab you and kill your parents or whatever. That's still a theoretical threat, even if it's not an imminent threat.
Yeah.
Right? And so I like that was a little reminder of that. So,
yeah,
cool.
Same.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You got an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.